The way advertising works has completely, fundamentally changed. It's gone from this giant megaphone just shouting one single message out to millions of people to something more like a personal whisper, a message that feels like it was crafted just for you. So today, we're going to trace exactly how we got from point A to point B. I'm sure you've had that moment. It's kind of magical, but also a little bit creepy, right? An ad pops up for something you were just talking about with a friend. That feeling is exactly what this is all about. So for real, how did we get here? You can really break this whole journey down into 4 distinct chapters. We're going to start way back in the golden age of mass media, then watch the internet just blow everything up, see how mobile and social media put ads right in our pockets, and then finally land right here, today, in this world of AI-driven, automated advertising. Let's kick things off with Chapter 1. So, welcome to the age of the megaphone. Seriously, before the internet, advertising was a one-to-many game. The strategy was pretty simple. Come up with one really powerful message, and then just blast it out to the biggest audience you can possibly find. And hope, just hope, it sticks. And the tools they had were, simple but incredibly powerful for the time. Print ads in newspapers could target an entire city. Radio came along and added this whole new emotional layer with catchy jingles you couldn't get out of your head. But television? Oh, television was the real revolution. It brought together sight, sound, and storytelling, creating these huge cultural icons and turning brands into household names. And then the internet showed up and just rewrote all the rules. The megaphone was suddenly replaced by a telephone. Advertising stopped being a one-way street and became a two-way conversation. For the very first time, ads could actually listen back. And look, this shift was absolutely seismic. Imagine going from buying a huge, expensive ad in a magazine and then having to wait weeks to see if sales went up, to suddenly knowing instantly if one specific person clicked on your ad. The whole era of guesswork was ending, and the era of data was just beginning. The first steps into this new world were honestly deceptively simple. Back in 1994, the first banner ad appeared. It was the first ad you could actually click. This one little action created the click-through rate, or CTR, and that metric was revolutionary. For the first time ever, you could measure direct interest, not just how many people might have seen it. Then search engines took that to the next level by matching ads to what you were searching for, putting a product right in front of you at the exact moment you were thinking about it. The next giant leap forward took advertising off of our desks and put it right into our pockets. The smartphone, paired with the explosion of social media, turned advertising into this deeply personal, always-on companion. And this right here, this was the critical change. The focus wasn't on targeting a search query anymore. It was about targeting a person. It stopped being just about what you were looking for, and it became about who you are, what you like, and even who your friends are. A completely new playbook had to be written. Ads were totally redesigned for this mobile-first world. Social media platforms started using all the data we were freely sharing, our likes, our interests, our big life events, to build these incredibly specific audiences. And that's when influencer marketing was born, which leveraged something that traditional ads could never, ever buy: authentic trust. Okay, so that brings us to right now, the modern era of automation. Today, there's this invisible, lightning-fast brain working behind the scenes, constantly analyzing data and delivering personalized ads to us in, quite literally, the blink of an eye. Now, the key concept that drives all of this has a big, kind of technical-sounding name: programmatic advertising. But don't let that fool you. All it really means is using software to buy ad space automatically. So instead of a person making a deal over the phone, an algorithm does it instantly. And it's all based on data about the specific person who's about to see that ad. So how does this actually work? Well, in the few milliseconds it takes for a web page to load, this whole invisible auction happens. The second you visit a site, companies from all over the world are bidding against each other for the chance to show you their ad. The highest bidder wins, and boom, their ad appears on your screen. This entire thing happens faster than you can blink. It's insane. And that lightning-fast auction system, that's the engine behind what we call hyper-targeting. It's what connects your search for hiking boots yesterday with that ad for rain jackets you're seeing an hour later. It's constantly weaving together your browsing history and all your online behavior to create a message it thinks you just won't be able to resist. So where could we possibly go from here? Well, the next frontier for advertising is all about becoming even more immersive, about blurring the lines between the digital world and our actual physical reality. There are really four key technologies pushing this change forward. You've got AI getting smarter and smarter, augmented and virtual reality creating brand new worlds, and, kind of in response to all this data collection, a huge and growing demand for technology that puts our privacy first. So with augmented reality, or AR, you'll be able to use your phone's camera to see exactly how that new sofa would look in your living room before you buy it. Or you could virtually try on a new pair of sunglasses. It's all about bringing the showroom directly into your world. And then virtual reality, VR, takes this to a whole other level. I mean, imagine taking a virtual test drive of a new car or walking through a vacation resort on the other side of the world, all from your living room. The goal isn't just to get you to see an ad anymore. It's to have you truly experience the brand. So we've gone from the megaphone to the whisper, and now we're heading towards a future of these fully immersive digital worlds. The evolution of the technology is just breathtaking. And it leaves us with this one really fascinating question. As ads and our reality start to merge, where do we as consumers and as a society draw the line?